everybody! So I am so excited to be collaborating with Tina, TheFancyFace again. We are doing a very similar collaboration to the group collaboration we were part of before, which was the F, Marry, Kill with makeup brands and products. This time, just Tina and I are tackling brands. So Tina has come up with a whole bunch of brands in specific categories. So for example, categories like skincare brands, celeb brands, luxury brands, problematic brands, all in groups of 3 or 4. So we can pick which ones that we would F with, what we would marry, and what we would kill. And then if there is an additional brand in that category, then we can decide if we were also going to F, marry, or kill it. So we have some options here. So I thought this would be a fun video to do in order to talk about some of these brands. Plus, I just adore Tina with every fiber of my being. She is one of the best people in the whole beauty sphere. So if you're not already watching her, please go and check her out. She will be linked in my description box, of course. And if you haven't seen our last collab, the F, Marry, Kill with the brands and products, go check that out as well because it was so much fun. And honestly, Tina's reactions to what Audra and Emily and I talked about, her reactions on Twitter, golden, absolutely golden. So let's begin. I haven't pre-planned this. I did look through Tina's list a couple of times, but I haven't actually made any concrete decisions. So we are doing this on the fly, also in the middle of a snowstorm. So I may not look very holiday-y besides my earrings, but I'm definitely feeling a little bit more of that wintry spirit anyway. But this should be a very fun video and probably some more hot takes. So the first category is celeb brands at Sephora. So we have Fenty, Rare Beauty, and Makeup by Mario. So the brand that I would instantly, out of these 3, marry is Fenty, hands down. It's also the only brand I have experience with, so that also makes sense to me. I've never tried anything from Rare Beauty, and I've never tried anything from Makeup by Mario. That's going to be the case in some of these scenarios where I haven't actually tried anything from these brands, but I'm just going to go based off of my knowledge and my general thoughts on what the brand looks like. So Fenty, definite, marry, committed. We're committed to Fenty. I would kill... Ooh. I don't really want to kill either of them. Like, I have such a soft spot for Selena Gomez, which is why, like, Rare Beauty, I have that soft spot for. I don't know what it is. I think it's because of that movie that I saw she was in, the Monaco one. Please tell me people know what I'm talking about. It also starred, why is the only person I can think of in that movie Finn Hudson from Glee, and that's not even the actor's name. Okay, Corey was in it, and Selena Gomez was in it, and I'm thinking of people from, wasn't Blair from, I was gonna say Blair from Golden Girls, and that's not right at all. Gossip Girl. What is that movie? I'm gonna insert the movie here. I have such a soft spot for Selena. Mario is such a talented makeup artist. Although the Kardashian factor, okay, so we will F with Rare Beauty. We're gonna kill Makeup by Mario. I think it's just because of the Kardashian factor. We're starting off with some hot takes already. But my soft spot for Selena Gomez, and I have gone through a few phases of like listening to some of her music over and over and over again. So confessions coming out. Category number 2 is mid-high-end brands. So we have Smashbox, Stila, and Becca. Ooh. We're gonna kill Smashbox right away. Smashbox is that boring brand. Do I have products I like from Smashbox? Yes, but Smashbox is just boring to me. We'll F with Stila because some of the stuff is fun. I feel like Stila is just a brand to play with. It's not one to really commit to. It's one you can go back and forth with because sometimes it's really not great, but sometimes it's pretty good, and because of those really good experiences is why you want to keep going back. I'll marry Becca because I'm committed to those highlighters. I think the highlighters are one of the best inventions out there. Their highlighter formula is spectacular, and it is popular for such a good reason. And I've had experience with other things. The Becca under eye corrector. Okay, so that alone I'd have to marry the brand for, because that is one of my absolute like top 10 holy grail products, and I just have to be committed to Becca for that reason alone. Number 3, we have mid-high-end brands again. We have Urban Decay, Too Faced, and Tarte. So this kind of goes back to our last video. We talked about brands, these 3 brands, but products from them. I'm gonna kill Tarte. I'm gonna kill Tarte. I feel like Tina's gonna hate me for that. Please don't hate me, Tina. Please don't. I am going to... I have such a love-hate... Oh, I was gonna like F with Urban Decay, but that would mean I'd be marrying Too Faced, and both of that feels wrong. I feel like Urban Decay is the brand I would marry, but then very quickly divorce. Like, I feel like I was already married to Urban Decay. I have had such a rocky relationship with Urban Decay. I loved them for so long, and now I just take everything way too personally, and I just have like ridiculously high standards. There's nothing they can do to impress me at this point, because I loved them so furiously and so strongly, and then the love was just gone, and I can't quite get it back. Too Faced is so problematic now, but I've been doing research on Too Faced's origin story, which is making me feel a little bit softer to Too Faced, because they started off so good. They just... social media ruined them. So, okay, we'll marry Urban Decay. I'd say I'm already twice divorced from Urban Decay. Urban Decay is the Richard Burton to my Elizabeth Taylor. That's just totally what that situation is. And Too Faced, I would F with, because some of the products I really do like. I do like it. For Urban Decay, I'll stick around for the eyeshadow primer potion. And Too Faced, I'll just F with some of their Sweet Peach stuff and some of those fun things. The next category is old school department store brands. Lancome, Clinique, Bare Minerals. Can we kill them all? Can we kill them all? I'm gonna kill Lancome. They are just too boring. They're just too boring. I want nothing to do with them. I don't really like any specific products. Like, I couldn't name a single product from Lancome that I like right now. Eyeliner? But even the eyeliners, I can think of better ones. Okay, so Lancome, we're killing Lancome. I will F with Bare Minerals, I guess, but I don't really feel like they're very fun to play around with. Like, Bare Minerals is so boring, but also I wouldn't want to marry them because they're also so boring. I feel like I would play around a little bit, but just get bored. Like, they're the sort of like high school fling that you might go back to. But Clinique, I guess I'll marry Clinique, although I have a really bad reaction to a lot of Clinique stuff, but the cheek pops are so good. I'm literally marrying Clinique for blushes. Flower printed blushes is the only reason why I like Clinique, but there you go. Those blushes are better than Lancome's entire line. That's my true feelings on that. I'm sorry, I know so many people like Lancome. I don't mean it to offend anybody. I just really find them very boring. They just don't appeal to me. High-end brands is the next category, with Shiseido, Charlotte Tilbury, and Marc Jacobs. So I'm gonna marry Marc Jacobs. That's just the first thing that comes to my mind. I like some of the Marc Jacobs products. You know, again, kind of a boring brand, kind of a little bit too classy for me, but I feel like it would really help my image. I just feel like I'd be more put together if I was a Marc Jacobs girl. Like, if I lived that Marc Jacobs life, I feel like I'd be more put together. I'm gonna kill Charlotte Tilbury because I will never get over her comments about having to wear makeup to bed because she doesn't want her husband to see her without makeup on. That just ruined my whole impression of the brand. I know a lot of the products are good. I've heard a lot of good things about the brand. I'm not talking formula-wise. I'm just talking about that particular quote just stuck with me, and it makes me think less of the brand. So I would just kill it. And Shiseido has some pretty good things. I'll F with it a little bit. You know, I'm not really gonna leave Marc Jacobs for it, but you know, I'll play around a little bit just to have some fun. The next category is luxury brands. Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath, and Tom Ford. Does anybody want to make a guess before I go forward with this one? Does anybody want to guess what's going to happen here? If you said I would marry Natasha Denona, you are correct. You are absolutely correct. Natasha Denona is an easy brand for me to marry. Pat McGrath is the brand that I would totally F with, like 100%. I want to explore, I want the Pat McGrath experience. Like there's so many good Pat McGrath products, and Pat McGrath as a makeup artist is just incomparable, but she's also incredibly intimidating. Like, have you ever watched an interview with her or like seen her apply makeup? Or she's got that presence where she's just otherworldly. Like, I'd be so intimidated to be in her presence. I don't feel like Natasha Denona is like that intimidating. I feel like she wants to be, but she's not really that intimidating. But Pat McGrath is just like icon. Tom Ford, I can kill Tom Ford. I don't think I'd miss a single thing from Tom Ford. High-end brands. Next, we have Dior, Gucci, YSL, and Chanel. I'm gonna marry Dior. Right off the bat, Dior. Dior makeup was really what I cut my teeth on when it came to like high-end designer luxury stuff. That was some of the first stuff I bought at Sephora besides Too Faced and Urban Decay. I was really into Dior eyeshadow. I had Dior foundation. I have good memories attached to Dior makeup. Like, it always made me feel really good, like kind of more bougie than I actually am. Like, I'll never be like a designer kind of person, but it's fun to pretend with designer makeup, and I definitely have my collection of Dior makeup, so I'd marry Dior for the makeup and also just the whole brand. Like, I feel like of all these brands mentioned, like luxury designer brand wise, I like the Dior aesthetic the most. I would F with Chanel and YSL. No, would I kill Chanel? Because no, you know what? I don't really like Chanel makeup. I do and I don't. This is the hard part. Okay, no, we'll F with Chanel and also YSL. We'll have a threesome with YSL and Chanel, and Gucci can go. Gucci can go. Does Gucci? No, Gucci can go. We're not even gonna explore that any further. I kill Gucci. YSL and Chanel will be fun to play with. I've had a few YSL products that I've really liked. It's just like too high end for me. Like, I feel like Dior is a brand I can convince myself in my head that I can relate more to. Dior is one of the brands that I like, if I had like a truckload of money and someone was like, go buy designer things, I'd be like, I'm going to Alexander McQueen and I'm going to Prada and I'm going to Dior. Like, those are like my top three when it comes to like the well-known like designer names. For indie brands, we have Sydney Grace, Menagerie, and Cleona. So I've never tried Menagerie, so I'm gonna kill him. Is that scandalous? We're gonna kill him. I'm gonna marry Cleona because those Aftershock highlighters, and I want those multi-chrome, so if I marry them, they're all mine. I get all of those beautiful things if I marry Cleona Cosmetics. And I'll F with Sydney Grace because they have some good stuff, but just like Cleona has my heart when it comes to indie brands because Canadian and beautiful. I really, really love Cleona a lot, so that's a really easy decision. Some of these are easier than others. Skincare brands, Drunk Elephant, Sunday Riley, and Tatcha. I'm gonna marry Drunk Elephant. I've tried a few Drunk Elephant things, very expensive, but very good. There was this Marula face oil that like made my skin just like glow. It was so good. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. Sunday Riley and Tatcha, I both want to kill. Like, I want to kill them both. If I had to pick just one to kill, it'd be Tatcha because I have not tried a single Tatcha product that I like. Sunday Riley sketches me out because of those fake Sephora reviews, but I have used a couple of products in samples that I liked and did notice results from. So I'd F with it a little bit, but I'd always be skeptical. Like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it entirely. I would never trust it entirely. But I mean, if it works for me, if it makes me feel good, then I'll also take a little bit advantage of it as well, you know, just a little bit. Influencer brands, we have One Size, Lunar Beauty, Laura Lee Los Angeles, and Jaclyn Hill. Okay, so I'm gonna marry Lunar Beauty because I was gonna say something that would have instantly been like cue Sweet Home Alabama, and this is not how I mean it at all, but I think I have a soft spot for Manny because he looks a little bit like my brother. And no, I'm not saying I'm marrying Lunar Beauty because Manny and then see what I mean? This is like the weird, no, we're not doing that. But I think that's why I'm like kind of defensive of Manny a little bit, is because he like looks like my brother. And Lunar Beauty is a good brand. I like, you know, I'm saying from having tried one product, which is more than any of these other brands on this list, but I have some like relation there. Oh God, I made it worse. I have some connection to the brand because like the drag thing, which appeals to me, and then I like the whole like Sailor Moon references, and like the references that Manny has pulled out and used with Lunar Beauty do appeal to me. So that's why. Don't make this weird. Do not make this weird. I'd F with one size because Patrick Star is really talented and really fun and charismatic, so it'd be kind of fun to play around with. And we're killing Laura Lee and Jacqueline. I feel like I could get sucked into anything Jacqueline sells. I mean, I remember watching her highlighter video when she was, what was that, like just last year? Or was it even earlier this year? I don't even remember. But I remember when she was doing that highlighter video where she was talking about how beautiful her highlighters were, and I was like, would the internet get mad if I broke my no-buy to buy these highlighters? I can't, like, no, she has to go. She has to go because she would manipulate me in so many different ways. And Laura Lee, I mean, who's even checking for Laura Lee? I'm not checking for Laura Lee, so don't make this weird. Okay, next we have celeb brands, some more celeb brands. We have KKW Beauty, Kylie Cosmetics, and Haus Labs. So, well, I'm gonna stick with Lady Gaga. I'm gonna stick with Lady Gaga. I feel like her brand came out way too late. Like, I remember going to the MAC store and getting her collab lipsticks when she had the Viva Glam lipsticks with MAC. And I feel like if Lady Gaga had come out with a makeup brand in like 2012 even, it would have been like one of the biggest brands right now. I feel like it could have been like a real like almost household name kind of brand. She just came out with it way too late. And I know the whole Amazon partnership sketches people out as well, but I think I mean I'd still choose Gaga over Kylie and Kim, so that's how I chose that. I would F with Kylie. I've used some Kylie products. They're decent. I mean, they were produced by the same company that produced the ColourPop stuff, so there's no doubt that there's similarities there. So I've liked some of those things. It's just something that I don't feel right. Like, even when I show like my makeup and I still have some Kylie stuff in there, like I don't feel right acknowledging that. It's like a dirty little secret where I just want to be like, I don't really have this. You're not seeing this. I'm not that kind of person. But on the down low, we'd have to keep it on the down low. But KKW can go, can absolutely go. Yeah, we don't F with Kim Kardashian. I feel like that's also because I'm such a Taylor Swift stan. That's probably where some of my hatred for, I'm just connecting the dots right now. I never really cared too much about the Kardashians or that whole family. Like, mildly interested in what Kendall and Kylie have going on like a basic I'm interested in pop culture thing. But the whole Kanye, Kim, and that whole snake thing, yeah, no, okay. That's an easy, I think that was relatively easy. Next we have fashion brands. Did I say fat? Next we have fast fashion brands. So we have ColourPop, Morphe, and Makeup Revolution. So I would marry ColourPop. I feel like they're upfront. They've been honest about what they are from the beginning. You know, they're not trying to hide the fact that they are a fast fashion brand. You know what they are. I like a lot of ColourPop stuff. Like the lipsticks are amazing products. I love the lippy sticks, the liquid lipsticks. People have complained about the ultra mattes and ultra satins, but I love them all. So yeah, I'd marry ColourPop. I'd have to kill Morphe before they kill me. Because I'm like doing some digging into Morphe, and I just feel like they've got too many connections. They're one of those sketchy brands. So I'd kill Morphe. And I guess I'm effing with Makeup Revolution. You know, we're gonna have a little bit of fun with this copycat brand. Just a little bit of fun. The next category, Tina had to do it. Problematic brands: Jeffree Star, Lime Crime, Kat Von D, and Tati Beauty. Wow. Is this a hard one? Okay, so is it KVD Vegan Beauty, or is it like old Kat Von D? Is it old Kat Von D from like 2015, 2016? Or is it Kat Von D when she said she was an anti-vaxxer? Like what generation of Kat Von D are we talking about here? Because if it's Kat Von D pre some of that stuff, I think I'd stick with Kat Von D. But if it's like it depends on which era of Kat Von D it is. I kind of like, oh, this is like, I feel so, okay, no, we're gonna kill Jeffree Star. We are going to kill Jeffree Star. There's no other way that this is going. We're killing Jeffree Star. So I'm either marrying like a certain era of Kat Von D, or I guess it's Lime Crime. Lime Crime is so problematic and has such a like flawed history, but I feel like they really have been working on themselves. They've cut ties with those problematic people. They've broken a lot of those relationships. They're rebuilding themselves. Like, will they ever recover from their past? Probably not entirely. Their reputation's probably gonna haunt them, but they've been relatively good over the last couple of years, like not experiencing the same level of drama like from the past. And some of the brand drama wasn't even related necessarily directly to the brand, but by the person who ran the brand, who's no longer with the brand. Kind of like the Kat Von D KVD thing, right? Like, how do you feel about all that stuff? And Tati, I feel like a lot of this depends on like what era of the brand we're talking about. Jeffree Star is a definite kill, and then Kat Von D is like a maybe kill, or maybe marry, or maybe F with. See, so I can't commit. And then Tati is like maybe an F with brand, maybe. I don't really want the bird seed, but like I don't mind Tati in general as a person from what I've seen of her on the internet. So I'd F with the Tati beauty, I guess. Or just kill them all. Just kill them all. This is hard. This is a hard category, Tina. I don't like answering that one. The next is pro brands. Makeup Forever, NARS, and MAC. We are marrying MAC. MAC is my love. My first love. My forever love. I'm gonna kill NARS and F with Makeup Forever. Not too hard. MAC is like as soon as MAC's on a list, I'm like that. I'm picking that one. The hardest would be if it was a list with like MAC, Natasha Denona, and Fenty and MAC. I couldn't do it. I could not pick. Like I could not kill one of those brands. You couldn't make me. The last category is drugstore brands, and we have ELF, NYX Cosmetics, Milani, and Wet n Wild. This is another hard one. I'm gonna marry ELF. I'm going to marry ELF. And I'm gonna F with NYX and Wet n Wild and kill Milani. Unless Milani can also be part of this foursome. Otherwise, I feel like it's not that I don't like Milani, it's just that I like NYX and Wet n Wild more. Like NYX has more stuff to play with. There's more glitter, there's more color, there's just more fun products to play with, and Wet n Wild is kind of the same thing. Plus I like a lot of Wet n Wild stuff is just fun, it's inexpensive, and yeah, you know, Milani has good blushes. I like some Milani blushes, but that's kind of where it ends for me, so it makes it a little difficult for me to want to like play with the brand a little bit more when NYX and Wet n Wild just sort of outshine in the fun category. And then ELF, I've really turned around to ELF a lot lately. I feel like they've really grown and developed like really well as a brand. I feel like they've released a lot of good products, like good overall, not just, oh, it's good for drugstore, but good products. They've been seeming to make an effort with like the shade ranges they offer in a variety of their products, not just sticking to like, hey, we have a bunch of lipsticks, look at us. But they seem to really be making an effort. So yeah, I think I can marry ELF. Feel pretty confident about that decision. So anyway, that is everything for this video. Hopefully that wasn't too crazy or too offensive. I'm open to all conversation, just don't take this personally. It's really just my opinion, and it's just a fun game, and I highly encourage you to play along. Think about those categories and think about what your choices would be, and I'd love to hear from you as well. And don't forget to go check out Tina's channel. It will be linked down below, of course. Tell her Elle sent ya. I really hope to see you over there in the comment section of her video. And if you are from Tina's channel, hi, hello, thank you so much for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed my video, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.